Episode 4 opens with CN fighting in his sleep. He keeps muttering random nonsense, sounding like he is arguing with someone inside his dream. Beside him, JJ is still awake, lying there with a gentle smile as she thinks about Keifer. Their relationship has finally started, and that thought alone fills her with real happiness. At that moment, JJ receives a call from Keifer. Neither of them had managed to sleep that night. Keifer tells her that he wants to speak with his family about their relationship. In a tone that is half playful and half serious, he says he could even tell them JJ is pregnant, so they would have no choice but to arrange their marriage right away. JJ immediately rejects the idea. She wants everything to move slowly, one step at a time. Keifer smiles and says over the phone, "I love you to infinity and beyond." JJ is just about to answer when CN suddenly wakes up. Right away, he asks who she was saying "I love you to" and whether Keifer knows about it. JJ had actually been talking to Keifer, but she keeps that from CN. Before long, the two of them begin their usual teasing argument. Their noise wakes Eris, who had been sleeping in the next room. Irritated, he yells at them and tells them to go back to sleep. After that, the room finally becomes quiet again. The following morning, CN and JJ reach school. Even then, they are still bickering because neither of them got enough sleep during the night. Once they arrive, JJ notices that Keifer is nowhere around. Soon after, Yuri comes in carrying food for everyone, but JJ keeps glancing into the distance again and again, without realizing that she is waiting for Keifer. Yuri notices it instantly. He understands exactly what she is feeling and tells her that Keifer will not be coming today. Apparently, Keifer is dealing with a serious issue involving his father and is busy handling it. Not wanting Yuri to feel hurt, JJ lies and says she was not thinking about Keifer at all. She claims she was only looking around casually. Just then, CN is about to reveal to everyone that JJ was saying "I love you" to someone the night before. But JJ quickly shuts him down before he can finish. Fortunately, at that same moment, CN spots the same black cat outside. He immediately runs out of the room after it, and the topic is left unfinished. JJ did not want Yuri to hear any of that. She already felt guilty for hiding her relationship with Keifer from him, and that guilt made it hard for her to even face Yuri properly. To make things worse, Keifer remains absent the entire day. He does not come to school, does not call once, and does not answer any of JJ's calls either. By the time night falls, JJ begins to overthink everything. She starts wondering if Keifer only entered the relationship so he could leave her later. Then suddenly, her phone rings. It is Keifer. He tells her that he missed her so much, then asks with a hint of jealousy if she got closer to Yuri while he was gone. JJ ignores that question and asks where he had been all day. Keifer avoids giving her the full story. He only says that some matters take time and that he is tied up with something very important. No matter how much JJ asks, he keeps dodging the truth and instead starts saying sweet, romantic things to keep her smiling. But in reality, Keifer is struggling inside because of his father. 3 days earlier, on that very night when Keifer was with JJ, his father had come back home. He caused chaos inside the house. He smashed things, threatened the servants, and even scared Keifer's younger brothers, Keegan and Kieran. Then he declared that no matter what it took, he would gain custody of Kieran and take full control of their mother's entire property. Keifer's brothers were terrified. They did not want to return to their violent father under any circumstances. Keifer himself was scared too, but he reassured them. He told them that his 18th birthday was only a few days away. Once he turned 18, he would legally become an adult. After that, he would file for custody in court and make sure their father could never separate them again. Their mother's property would also remain with them. After comforting his brothers, Keifer called his lawyer, Ryder, and asked him to prepare all the legal papers related to his brother's custody, as well as every document connected to their mother's property. The next day, when JJ, CN, and Iris step outside the house to go to school, a black van suddenly stops in front of them. Several men get out and tell them to get inside. Eris's girlfriend, Ella, is already sitting in the van and looks terrified. The men say they are from the Watson family and insist that everyone must come with them. The moment they hear the Watson name, they assume Keifer must have sent them, so they agree and get in. The van takes them to a huge mansion. There, they discover that all the other classmates from Section E are already present. A few moments later, Keifer's father, Mr. Keifer, appears and welcomes everyone. When Eris asks why they were brought there, Mr. Keifer calmly says that he wanted to have lunch with his son's friends and also discuss something important. At the same time, Keifer and Yuri arrive there in their own cars. Seeing both of them show up together makes JJ's heart race. She thinks to herself that ever since her engagement to Yuri and the start of her relationship with Keifer, the two two of them keep appearing in front of her at the same time. Her emotions become even more tangled than before. At Keifer's request, all of their friends head inside the mansion, but Keifer quietly pulls JJ aside and takes her into another room. Inside, Yuri, Keegan, and Kieran are already waiting. Keifer and Yuri explain the entire situation to JJ. Keifer admits that he has no idea what his father is planning by gathering everyone there. At that moment, all of their lives could be in danger. Because of that, Keifer tells JJJ that if anything feels wrong, she must immediately escape with Keegan and Kieran. Hearing this frightens JJ deeply. Even so, after Keifer reassures her, she agrees. Soon after, Yuri takes Keegan and Kieran outside. Keifer stops JJ in the room and pulls her into a tight embrace. He tells her that he missed her so much and knows he has not been able to give her enough time lately. But once all these problems are over, he promises that he will make her truly happy. JJ is about to say something, but before she can, Keifer hugs her once more and places a soft, loving kiss on her lips. After that, Keifer and JJ return to the others, who are enjoying lunch together. Everyone is laughing, joking, and having fun together. But the moment Keifer's father walks into the room, the atmosphere suddenly turns tense and everyone falls silent. Keifer's father begins asking him questions about his studies and personal life. Instead of answering respectfully, Keifer gets irritated and openly insults him. Then Mr. Keifer turns toward Keifer's ex-girlfriend and mockingly asks if she used to be Keifer's girlfriend. He sarcastically wonders what happened now and whether they broke up. Little by little, Mr. Keifer starts insulting not only Keifer, but all of his friends as well. When his eyes land on JJ, he asks for her name and the names of her parents. When JJ says she is the daughter of Jasper and Jenna, Mr. Keifer immediately begins mocking her parents. He even laughs while questioning Jenna's character. According to him, JJ's father Jasper was once a shareholder in his telecom company, but he never knew Jasper and Jenna even had a daughter. Then he cruelly adds that Jenna was a strange kind of woman, wasn't she? Hearing his mother being insulted like that, Keifer completely loses control. He shouts angrily at his father and smashes the wine glass in his hand. Blood starts dripping from his injured hand. Seeing all of this, Mr. Keifer calmly places a file in front of Keifer and tells him to sign it. The file contains documents related to Serena's property, Keifer's mother's estate. Mr. Keifer wants everything transferred into his own name. That transfer can only happen with Keifer's signature because Serena had legally registered all of her property under Keifer's name. Once Keifer turns 18, he will officially become the sole legal owner of all of it. Keifer refuses to sign. He says that everything there was built through his mother's hard work, and he will never hand it over to anyone else. At that point, Mr. Keifer coldly threatens him. He says Keifer has two choices: either transfer the property to him, or he will take Keifer's two younger brothers away forever, and Keifer will never see them again. Mr. Keifer gives a signal to his men. Immediately, they move forward and try to grab Keifer, but Keifer fights back fiercely and attacks them. In seconds, everything spirals out of control. On one side are Keifer's friends, and on the other are his father's armed men. A brutal fight breaks out between both sides. Amid the chaos, JJ quickly hides Keifer's brothers in a safe place. Meanwhile, Mr. Keifer's men overpower Keifer's friends at gunpoint and drag them outside, where Mr. Keifer is already waiting. He threatens them and demands that they hand over his youngest son, Keegan, but no one reveals where Keegan is hiding. Mr. Keifer quickly realizes that JJ is Keifer's weakness. He orders his men to point their guns at her. He knows JJ is aware of where the boys are hidden. To force the truth out of her, Mr. Keifer commands his men to brutally beat Keifer right in front of everyone, while guns remain aimed at all of their friends. Seeing this, JJ tearfully begs Mr. Keifer to stop hurting Keifer, but he refuses. Their friends try to step in and save Keifer, but they fail because the other side is armed. Once again, Mr. Keifer shoves the property file in front of Keifer and orders him to sign it. To save everyone's lives, Keifer is just about to sign. But at that exact moment, JJ stops him. She looks directly at the armed men and says, "If you really have courage, then shoot him. You know you cannot actually kill us. If school students are murdered, Mr. Keifer's reputation will be destroyed completely. He will end up in jail and even his shareholders will turn against him." JJ is absolutely right. They can threaten them, they can beat them, but they cannot kill them. After that, Mr. Keifer says they will meet again someday, then leaves with his men. JJ has saved everyone's lives. All the students there begin praising JJ for her bravery, but Keifer becomes furious instead. He starts yelling at her and asks if she has any idea how dangerous those men really are. He tells her that his father's men are professional killers, and taking someone's life means nothing to them. He warns her that next time she should talk to him before making any move. Being shouted at in front of everyone crushes JJ from the inside. Even after standing fearlessly in front of guns, instead of appreciation, she receives scolding. Hurt and angry, she ignores all of Keifer's calls for the rest of the night. Eventually, Keifer sends CN a message saying that that if JJ does not come outside within 5 minutes, he will talk to Angelo about her. The moment JJ sees that message on CN's phone, she runs outside immediately. Keifer pulls her into his car and drives her to a quiet place. There, he apologizes for yelling at her. He explains that he was genuinely terrified for her life. Once his father's men receive an order, they do not hesitate to kill anyone. That is why in his mind, his anger was not meaningless. Even so, he sincerely thanks JJ for saving his brothers and everyone else. But JJ wants answers. She asks what the real problem is between Keifer and his father. At last, Keifer opens his heart to her. He tells her that when he was a child, his father wanted him to become just like him, a cruel and violent man who could hurt others without mercy. For a while, Keifer almost became that kind of person. He started beating up his classmates. Then Angelo stepped in and taught him that true strength should be used to protect loved ones and friends, not to frighten others. After that, Keifer stopped obeying his father and began properly learning martial arts from Angelo instead. From that day on, his father started hating him. At home, his father would constantly beat his mother over money and property. In the end, his mother took Keifer and Kyron and moved to another house. A few days later, their youngest brother Keegan was born. For some time, they believed everything would finally be okay. But soon, their father found them again, and the abuse started all over. One day, while trying to protect his mother, Keifer raised his hand against his father. In response, his father beat him mercilessly and brutally attacked his mother as well. That same day, right in front of Keifer's eyes, his father killed his mother. Keifer could not save her. After that, his father took their youngest brother, Keegan, to America. Years later, when Keegan could no longer endure the abuse, he escaped and returned to them. And now, after all these years, their father has come back into their lives once again. Keifer tells JJ that he watched his mother die helplessly in front of him and was unable to save her. But this time, no matter what happens, he will protect his brothers. After hearing the story of Keifer's life, JJ begins to cry. She tells him she never knew his life was filled with so much pain. She always thought her own life was miserable, but compared to what he went through, she had suffered far less. Seeing her in tears, Keifer comforts her and warns her never to confront his father directly again because he is an extremely dangerous man. After that, Keifer drops JJ off at home and leaves. JJ thinks she will quietly go inside and sleep, but Eris stops her. He had already figured out that JJ and Keifer were in a relationship. He tells her to stay away from Keifer. According to Eris, Keifer only got close to her for revenge and is using her. JJ refuses to believe him. Then Eris asks her one question. He asks if Keifer ever said to her, "I love you to infinity and forever." The moment she hears those words, JJ freezes. How does Eris know that exact line? That is when Eris reveals the truth. Keifer had said those exact same words to Ella too. He warns JJ that Keifer is deceiving her and that she needs to stay away from him. JJ is completely shattered. Her heart fills with pain as the truth begins to sink in. And with that heartbreaking revelation, episode 4 comes to an end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories and episode recaps.